What's going on, guys? I'm Consumer Tech Review, and today we're going to do a little bit of a different video. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and it's going to be my experience with Razer. And spoiler alert, it has not been a pleasant experience at all. So let's dive into how it all started. So I bought a Razer Blade 15 from Razer's website over a year ago, probably 18 months ago now, and that has been my laptop since then. Now, when I bought the laptop, it was a little bit shy of $2,000, which is a lot of money for a laptop. I don't care who you are. $2,000 for a laptop is a lot of money. That was more than my car was worth at the time. So it was, I wanted to be treated like I should be. And they did. They sent me a free bag. Pretty sick. Cool. However, so for the first 2 months, it was awesome. Razer made this amazingly thin laptop with a ton of power in it, the latest processors, the latest graphics cards, fast SSDs, fast RAM, long battery life when it's unplugged. I mean, I was getting like 7 hours, and it was like the perfect thing for me. And it was amazing, and I was so happy. And then right about 2 months in, I was using it, editing on Premiere, and I got a blue screen of death. And at the time, I was like, no, not a big deal. I had other laptops that had blue screen of death, and it had happened once, and then it kind of went away. I thought maybe thermal issue when I was editing, and then, something happened, and it just shut down. And it was kind of annoying. I had to re-go and edit, but I was like, not a big deal. Still an amazing laptop, and, big deal. Happened once. And then 2 months later, it was about 4 months in, I had about probably one of those probably once every 2 days. A blue screen of death. And it was annoying. And it usually happened while I was editing, so I had to re-go in and save my stuff, and it was annoying. And that's when I started to go, maybe I should contact customer support. So I did. I called them. I talked to a person, and it took a very long time to first get through to someone and then talk to someone, and I talked to them for a long time. And then basically they said, we're going to send you an email, and we're going to have people go through everything with you, and you need to go through and do all this stuff and then send them an email back. So they sent me an email, and they had me do a ton of stuff, and they said, if you don't reply to this in 72 hours with all of the stuff that we asked you to do, we'll just cancel everything. Which is not super good, because I just paid $2,000 for a laptop. I want them to be like, let me do everything I can for you. So that was something that kind of ticked me off. And the first time I didn't have time because I was in college, and so it was during the week, so I did not have time to actually get all this stuff done for them. I had to redo all this stuff, and so they just canceled it basically. So that happened. It's canceled. Now, move on, skip forward another month, and I kind of just dealt with the issue. I left it there. Now, this is all under warranty under this time, because I still have the 1-year warranty. It happens maybe once every 2 days now. And then it starts happening 5 to 10 times a day. And in one day, it happened 24 times in one day. And that was so frustrating. So then I contacted Razer back. I went through all their process, multiple emails, probably 18 emails after I talked to customer support, of constantly going back and forth. And after everything, they had me go through my system and update things, download new drivers. It was a big process. And then they finally said, looks like nothing worked. How about you just redo your computer? Just, reboot it, make a save of it, and then just wipe everything and reboot it from the factory settings. And at the time I was in college, I didn't have a second computer, and I only had one external hard drive, which was full up from all my editing material. So I literally could not reset my computer. And then they said, if you reset your computer and it still happens, send it in to us. And I was like, you should have just asked me to send it in to you so that you could fix the problem with your computer. And that didn't happen. So that ended up again, because 72 hours, I had to reboot it, redo everything in 72 hours. Otherwise, they cancel it. So they canceled it again. So then I went through probably 5 or 6 more times during the school year, because I was in college, so I was busy. And after the 6th time, I was on it. It was literally like a job to literally get back to these people. They would say, oh, we're going to contact you in a day. It was like a week and a half later they contacted me. literally the worst customer experience I have ever had. They were so bad. And it shouldn't be like that for a $2,000 laptop. So basically, we're in 11 months now. So I'm at the last month of my warranty, and I'm just contacting them all the time. I'm replying instantly to their emails. They don't get back on time. They don't get back on the speed that they tell you. We're now at the 11 months. So this is almost a year into owning this laptop. I've had the issue the entire time through it. So finally, they sent me the shipment thing. So I packaged it up back in the Razer box that I have, that I kept. And to somebody who didn't keep their Razer box, I don't know what they're supposed to do. So they tell you, hey, just package it up, make sure it's all good. They also say if it gets damaged while it's coming to us, it's not our fault. So that's kind of crappy. So I package it up, put the slip in, send it to them. It takes them 2.5 weeks to do all of that and then send it back to me. And in that time, they did not send me another laptop. I literally could not work for 2.5 weeks. I had school, which I was doing on my parents' laptop because it was COVID. So it was 2.5 weeks. And they said that's normal. It should take 2 weeks. They said it took 2.5 weeks because of COVID. So for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I was out of any workstation. That was my only workstation at the time. So I sent it into them. They sent it back. And it seemed to work. And I was like, good. Although there was another nick on my laptop when they brought it back. And there was a screw that was not fully tightened on the bottom. So that wasn't really very good. So blue screen of death went away for 2 months. And then last month I got another blue screen of death, and it was not the same code. So new issue, and I've had that blue screen of death 3 times now. So I am praying, because I'm now outside of the warranty, I'm praying that it does not continue, because it was very expensive. So what I urge you guys to do is never buy a Razer laptop or a Razer computer. Just don't do it. I think they make their peripherals, like keyboards and mice and stuff like that. I think they make those fairly well. They're not exactly as complicated as these things. Razer is a relatively new and small company compared to these other giants like Dell and LG and Apple. So those people have a much bigger budget for designing and engineering these computers to work properly. And Razer's new, and they're very ambitious, but they do these crazy designs without fully working out all their flaws. I've seen multiple other videos on the same laptop and on their previous laptops of them dying and having tons of blue screens of death. I urge you guys, don't buy Razer laptops. They're not good. Their customer service is horrible. It would be one thing if they weren't good, but then their customer service was amazing and they were just like, we'll take it, we'll fix it and send it back. But they're not like that. They're incredibly hard to get through to and then get through to actually fixing your laptop. They're really, really terrible. They have a customer support award, and that's total crap. They have literally the worst support of any company. It's unbelievable. So never, ever, I urge you, never buy a Razer laptop. This is not something that like a few people have. A ton of people, just look on Reddit, a ton of people have had issues throughout Razer's entire life with all of their products. And a ton of YouTubers have also always had problems with Razer laptops. Look at Linus Tech Tips. He bought his entire crew, his entire company, Razer laptops. These were the generation before the Razer 14s, and most of them died. Like not even blue screen of death, just died. So Razer is not good with that stuff. They're not ready. They really should not be engineering these crazy builds because they don't work. They haven't been a company long enough, and they charge way too much for their products, and they don't back it up with the customer support. If they backed it up and they had problems and then they fixed them really quickly and easily and painlessly, it would be different, but they don't. So I urge you, don't buy any Razer laptops. If you guys are considering it, I know it sounds like it's amazing. It sounds like it has everything that you want, but seriously, if you value your money, or if you want a computer that's going to last you more than 2 to 6 months, don't buy Razer. If you are looking at it for like video editing, I would recommend get an XPS 15, or if you want the most reliability, get a MacBook Pro if you're only interested in editing. And those were my two other choices. I was either going to get an XPS 15 or a MacBook Pro, but I like gaming as well, so I chose the Razer over the MacBook Pro, and for the same price, the XPS 15 didn't have the graphical performance that the Razer did, which is why I chose it. However, I kind of wish that I had gone with the XPS 15 instead. Guys, I really urge you, I'm doing this kind of as a public service announcement. Share this video with anyone who is thinking about Razer. I think that their peripherals are good, but with computers, they're just too complicated. They haven't worked out all of their bugs. And another thing is, when I actually got this laptop, the angles were off, and it's still like that today. Even though I sent it back and they should have noticed that, nothing matches up perfectly. When you close it, the lid is like here and the body's here. It's just messing up stupid things like that should be worked out if you're charging that much for a laptop. Really, guys, I urge you, do not get a Razer product that is a computer PC. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I know it's very tempting, and I know this was an extremely rambly video, but if you're finding my channel through this rambly video, I promise that most of my videos are not this rambly. I do a bunch of gaming tech product reviews. If you guys did enjoy my video and find it helpful, I hope you did, please smash like below. It helps me out. And if you guys do want to go check out my channel, I urge you to. My videos are way better than this rambling one. I swear I have my notes together, but I wanted this one to be very genuine and just off the fly, and tell you how I really feel, which I feel like I definitely conveyed. I'm very angry at Razer for even making PCs. They shouldn't. You know, they should at least charge a little bit less or focus on customer support if you're gonna make a bad product like that. And they know that they are, because they have a ton of complaints. Perfect something before you move on and do a new generation. Please. Thank you. But guys, I'm sorry for this rambly video. I know it's different, but I had to make it public service announcement, try to make myself feel better about my issue so that you guys don't make the same issue. This was Consumer Tech Review, and I'll see you guys later.